So I asked on the channel, I said, well, can't ride here in Canada right now, at least not in my part of Canada. So what do you guys think about some cooking and some bike maintenance stuff in the garage? And you 100% said, yeah, you'd still watch my garbage here if I did that kind of stuff. So let's check out what we're doing today. So I went to Costco and picked up a pack of sliced pork belly. It's skinless. So we're gonna make some pork belly burnt ends on the Traeger today. So let's get at it. So ideally what you wanna do is you wanna make your cubes about the same way, both ways. So I'm gonna cut these so that they are about as cubical as you can get. You don't have to be dead accurate, right? But so essentially, you know, if they're almost the same size both ways, then that's perfect. So we'll just cut these up here. Like I say, you don't have to be dead accurate. Make sure you got a nice sharp knife like this. Make these nice cubes. Okay, now that I got that sliced up, one of my favorites is by Killer Hogs, which is Malcolm Reed, US griller that I absolutely love his cooking. So anyways, we're gonna hit these with some Killer Hogs and then we're gonna stick them in the smoker. Okay, so get them all laid out in the pan so they're laid down nice. Don't be shy with your rub. This is where you're gonna get some of those great flavors working with that lovely pork. Make this pork candy. So we get them all coated here. We're gonna flip them around, mix this up. We're gonna hit them again. Oh yeah. Okay, you're just gonna want to keep doing this until you got them all coated up real nice. Make sure you haven't got any sides that you missed. Now, I prefer this rub. That doesn't mean this is what you have to do if you want to try this, if you've never made pork belly burnt ends before. So you can use any of your favorite rubs, or favorite rubs. But just whatever it is you choose, make sure you coat these up really good. Like I said, don't be shy, because this is what it's all about. And then I've got a sauce, and I'm going to put them in after they're smoked. I've also got a glaze, and I'll give you the recipe for that glaze. And it's going to take about 4.5 hours ish to do. And you're going to want to do that set your pit for 275 degrees Fahrenheit. All right. One more. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to give, oh, there's one little bit, a couple missing some, so I'm going to give that one more little hit. Oh yeah. All that goodness on there. And I'm going to let that sit for a little bit. I'm going to wash my hands and we'll get the pit ready. I'm going to reload the hopper on the smoker. I'm a big fan of lumberjack pellets, and especially their competition blend, which is maple, hickory, and cherry. Great for pork, and actually great for almost everything. So anyways, I'm going to load this up. Okay, now once you have all that pork goodness all cut up into nice cubes, now you're going to want to get yourself a rack, and I don't really show up very good, does it? So I just use it's basically a cooling rack, and so I'm going to spray that up. Just use a little bit of canola cooking spray, and all we're going to do is make this non-stick. We don't want them to stick on here. Okay, without making a big mess on your wife's table. Okay, and now we're going to put all these on here spaced nicely so we get all that awesome smoke around all your pieces. Basically, we're going to let these go for about 2.5 to 3 hours at 250. But yeah, like I said, you got to watch, right? Depends how big your pieces are. So anyways, let's go in and get that glaze going. Here. So get a medium-sized saucepan. Again, I'm a real fan of Killer Hogs, and that's Malcolm Reed. So if you want to look him up, he's got some great videos, great food, great products. And he's a hell of a pit boss, I'll tell you. So anyway, we're gonna use some Killer Hogs, use some apple juice, this is Smucker's brand. It doesn't matter what brand you use. Pure apple jelly, not jam, jelly. So you got that's a key factor, and of course some Frank's Red Hot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, and I'll put the ingredients up here on too, so it's a little easier. I'm gonna use a half a cup of this Killer Hogs. I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of the apple jelly. I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of the apple juice. And then I'm also going to use a half a tablespoon of Frank's Red Hot. I'm going to put it in this saucepan. We're going to simmer it on medium heat until it's nice and smooth. And then we're going to glaze those awesome pork belly burnt ends with that. So let's put this together. Okay, so we're just whisking this up here. And what you want to do is you want to just medium heat, like I said, and whisk it up good. You need that jelly to smooth out. You want everything to be smooth in here. And here's a bit of a disclaimer. If you're not into heat at all, you can omit putting in that little bit of Frank's Red Hot. That just gives it a nice little kick if you like a little bit of spicy like we do. So that is optional. And if you don't want to use the same barbecue sauce, of course, you don't have to use the Malcolm Reed stuff that I do. I also have another wickedly good barbecue sauce that you guys can get in the US and I can only get from down east. I'm gonna have to stick this up here, and that's Code 3's Patriot sauce. Man, if you haven't tried this, it's amazing as well. And on ribs and stuff, absolutely fantastic. But because I have a couple of absolute favorite kind of spice companies, I just take turns with them. So today I was going all Killer Hogs with the rub and with the sauce. So I'm actually going to be able to turn that down now because I'm all nice and thin. You can see it here, nice and all smooth, but it is kind of thick, you know, that apple jelly gives it a bit of thick. Turn this right off actually. And this is going to make an amazing glaze on those pork belly burnt ends. So, all right, so we're back in. That's 2.5 hours at 250. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Ah, okay. So now's where the magic starts. Get yourself a pan, any kind of a tin pan. So this is an old Costco pan. You can get a whatever. You want it to be packed fairly tight. You want these in there together. You don't want any big spaces. Okay, so let's get these transferred over to the pan. So this is why it's good that you stick spray, no stick spray. Let me say that properly. On the grates, and they just come right off there nice. Clean the fingers. All right, get these all nice and flat down in here. They should be just starting to, you know, they're nice and soft. Okay, so now we're gonna hit these with some brown sugar. You ever had Blue Bunny ice cream? Can't get that in Canada. We get it in the States. It's awesome. It also makes a great brown sugar container. So just start hammering these with some brown sugar. You want to get a nice liberal coating on there. Not crazy, but you definitely want to know it's there, right? So make sure you don't miss any. So now we're done with the brown sugar. Now you're going to want some liquid honey. Okay, and we're going to a little bit of honey for the money, eh? So, just like on your ribs, nice, good drool across everything. Make sure everybody gets some love. Next, we're going to get some more fat on there. And so all I do is I take and I start slicing off pieces. And you want to just lay this randomly through. So now you're looking at the honey, and you're looking at the brown sugar, and you're looking at pork belly being 50% fat. And you're going, Brad, what's going on here? You trying to kill us? Well, yes. Nobody said this was going to be particularly healthy. This is going to be delicious. This is all about delicious. So I have 1 or 2 friends that look at this and they're going to go, oh, way am I touching that? And that's okay. It's not for everybody. But if you want to try some pork candy goodness, I'll put one more here in the middle. Then there we go. So we got some extra fat in there. Wipe off our hands. We're going to get this back on the grill. So just get some foil, give it a wrap, get that all nice and sealed up. Keep that moisture in there, keep those juices in there. And we're gonna leave those in there for about an hour and a half at, again, 250 to 270, 275. And after an hour and a half in there, they're gonna be sticky, they're gonna be sweet, they're gonna be tender. And we got one more step after that, and you have pork belly candy goodness. Can't wait to try these. So stick around, be right back, and we'll get those out. Okay, so these have been on the smoker for about an hour and a half. So let's get these, oh, watch the steam. Let's get these open here. See what we got? Oh yeah, look at that. And they, so now at this point they should be nice and soft, but they should have a little bite to them, you know, so like, oh yeah. So the fat side should be super soft, you know, and the meat should be tender, and still, there's only some pillowy that meat is, and yet still got a little bit of bite, a little bit of chew to it, so it's not mush. So we'll get these drained off, and then we're gonna get some glaze on them and throw them back in the smoker. So now I've got them drained off, I got them in another pan. Now we're gonna take that sauce that we made, this glaze, we'll stir this up here, and we're gonna pour this over top. Oh yeah. Get everybody bathing in this goodness. Make sure you get it on everybody. Okay, and we'll give them a little toss. So all we're going to do is we're going to leave your smoker or your pit running at the same temperature, and you're only going to put them in there with no cover. We're not going to cover these up again. Okay, so get everybody all coated up in this glazed goodness. Then just take it out and throw it back on there for about 5 minutes, and get that glaze all caramelized on there. I think everybody gotta be careful when you do this, because remember that fat is rendered down nice. It's all nice and soft. So let's go throw this back on 5 more minutes and see what we come up with. Right on. So we got it back out of the glaze, out of the Traeger, and I took them out of the pan and I laid them out. Are you ready for this? You know, my wife's not home yet, but you know I gotta try one of these. I just spent like 5.5 hours making them, so let's try some of this pork candy here. So I'll just grab me a chunk right here. Wow. Time out. Seriously. That is so good. If you haven't tried pork belly burnt ends before, and you've got a pit and you're into grilling, you have gotta try these. They are fantastic. So, get your favorite rub. Go get some pork belly, rub them down, get your favorite barbecue sauce, make that glaze. I promise you, you won't regret it. But don't eat this every day. You'll have a heart attack for sure. But once in a while as a treat, stuff like this is fantastic. So anyways, that's it for me today. Take care. If you can still ride, unlike us snow Mexicans up here, then please keep riding, ride safe, take care, and see you again next time.